Hey there, WIN community. We're back again, and this time I am spotlighting a former WINTERN, Emily Cook. She was also my mentee during the duration, and she's actually currently working with me at my company, Sarah Social Strategies. But I'm gonna pass the mic over to her to let her formally introduce herself. So go ahead, Emily, take it away.
Hi, everyone. As Sarah said, I was her mentee this past semester for WIN, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. I learned so many valuable lessons, and I mean, anything from website design to blogging. I honestly loved everything I learned. It's like right up my alley, and what I want to do in the future. I am a sophomore, well, now junior, at Berry College studying marketing and management. And at Barry, I also run the Barry Ipsy social media page. So I had a little bit of previous experience, but this has definitely helped me learn more in depth about what I should be doing on there and different things that I can do to help interaction with our target audience. And after graduation, I'm kind of hoping to continue doing what I'm doing with Sarah and with Win. I've really enjoyed being able to work with women entrepreneurs, and I would love to be one day. So I don't know if that looks like freelancing or maybe doing something similar to Sarah where I'm doing social media strategy or maybe even opening my own like wedding venue. I'm not too sure, but I have so many ideas.
I love that. And I love that you're interested in entrepreneurship too, even if it's like you say, starting out as a side hustle and then growing it from there. And I love the wedding because you are very creative. So I
Thank
think
you.
that would actually be a good fit for you.
Well, thank you.
Oh, most definitely. Why don't you tell everybody what your favorite part of the internship program was?
Okay. I personally loved the blogging. I loved how we all got together each week and we would talk about our assignments, and Sarah was also like very thorough, which I always appreciate and enjoy. I never felt like I couldn't reach out and ask a question, and I love to ask questions, so that was perfect for me. Um, and when we learned blogging, I was very intrigued by it. I was very interested in it. I really love to write, and that's one thing I said in my interview was that that was one of my strong skills because I've always loved to write, and I got to do that in a different form that I'd never done before. And so I know I talked to my friends throughout the semester because I'd be excited about a blog I'd written, or I would send it to my family because I was like, everyone check it out, I'm so excited. So I'm very thankful to have like that support, and everyone was telling me, you can do this on your own. You can always start your own page if you want to blog. Like, don't let this stop whenever WIN stops. And so I was very thankful whenever I became your virtual assistant because I got to continue working on something that I really loved about my internship. So yeah.
Oh yeah, most definitely. You can start a blog from now because it's just going to help not only your digital portfolio but with your social proof, build an audience, everything like that. So I completely agree with them. If you found that you love that the most, then definitely keep growing it. Because before my business and everything, I used to run a support group and I used to write about food allergies and everything. And that's how I started blogging and eventually grew it into something. So I wholeheartedly agree with them on that.
Well, thank you. I love that. I'll
Of
have to keep that in
course.
mind.
Yeah, definitely. I highly encourage it. And what was your favorite part about the mentorship aspect of the program? I'm curious about that too.
Okay. I think it's kind of what I mentioned. Like, I loved the relationship we were able to build. Like, I felt like it was very just casual, and I felt like we became friends through it. I feel like we didn't just talk about work stuff. We would also, check in on each other, just like we did before this started. We, asked about each other, and I like how personal it is. I liked that I feel like I made a personal connection through this because, in the group calls, it can be kind of hard sometimes to really feel like you're getting like those one on one connections or, you know, I don't know. I guess that's kind of what I'm trying to say is it can be hard to build those. And so I know when we would have our weekly meetings, it just made me feel more connected. So then when we would do calls with our like sponsors, or we did that group call where anybody could join. Um,
Oh yeah, the one-on-one coffee chat that we do with the mentors and the mentees, right?
yes.
Yep.
Um, I enjoyed that, and I liked having a familiar face on there. That I knew me personally. It makes me always feel more comfortable whenever I know that I have like one person that I can always lean on. So I really enjoyed the relationship that we've built through this. And again, I just always felt like I could ask you any question anytime. I could send you an email or a text if it was urgent. Um, I just liked being able to reach out whenever I needed help.
I'm glad. I'm glad that you felt comfortable in the mentorship program and everything. And actually, because of Emily's skill set and the fact that we were able to build that mentor mentee relationship, that was a big part of the reason I ended up hiring her too. So she is actually my virtual marketing assistant. She helps me with some blogs, scheduling email campaigns, coming up with different topics for blogs. So I trust her helping me with client work and everything. And it's really good that you have a couple more years of school left because you can work with my company for a while. So I was very happy about that. And we just started working together in that capacity over the last month, and it's been going really well, you know?
Oh,
Um, yeah, and I truly appreciate your help. Believe me, you take things off of my plate. Even if you think it's small, it helps me, believe me.
well, I'm glad to do anything you need.
So, one of the things I am doing right now is I am sharing our live around, and what I am going to drop in the chat is Emily's first blog post that she did for Women into Networking WIN. And what I had all the interns do for their first blog post was give a full on introduction about themselves. So you can definitely learn more about her from that. So I just wanted to share that. And of course, if you have any questions about the internship or the mentorship program, you can always reach out to me. You know, I'm the programs manager for WIN, and I can, get you connected, do like a orientation or an interest call with you. And it's been growing actually. Emily even recommended it to one of her friends, and her friend is actually going to be a WINTERN in the next round of interns that's coming in for the summer fall program, which we're actually starting next week. So I was so happy that you referred it out, because that's how we know we're doing a good job, when our current interns recommending it to their friends. It's like, okay, then we got something right here.
Definitely.
And I remember you saying that like we were one of the few internships that you said taught first before throwing you into the assignment. So
Yeah.
what made that so unique for you?
Um, well, the internships I've had, they've both been remote. This one and another one, and the roles were very different. I was doing like two different sides of marketing, and so for the other one, I felt like I was kind of learning as I went, and like I would just kind of ask questions as I go. It was very like fast paced, and as I got the hang of it, I realized like what I was supposed to be doing and everything. But it definitely was more of a role that I guess I just kind of had to like figure out the best way for me to do it.
Mm.
Um, Whereas in this one, it was nice to like learn what to do, and like you show us and walk us through that, and like go through every detail just to make sure we fully understood. And then we would get like our recaps and different things like that. So I think depending on what I'm doing in marketing also kind of like determines which like style of teaching I needed. Um
No, I understand what you mean. And I personally feel like by doing that with all of the interns, that the quality of work you turn
mhm.
in is much higher
Yeah.
than just saying, okay, here's the assignment, here's the instructions, and just go with it.
Mhm.
So
Definitely. Well, it
I'm
was easier to know like expectation, I guess. But yeah, like I said though, it was like two different sides of marketing. So one I was like on the back end, and this one I was like on the posting and like more public side of it. So I guess it just depends on the internship, but
oh
I
yeah.
enjoyed both.
So, what internships are you participating in the upcoming months, if you have any?
Well, I'm taking the summer off because I did kind of overload myself this past semester. I had the two internships plus my two on campus jobs, and one of them is with social media. And so I had a full semester, and then next semester, whenever I return, I'm going to have three on campus jobs. So, yeah, because I want to be a first year mentor to students. And so I'm going to be a BCC mentor, the social media for IPSI, and then a telecommunications engineer.
Well, I'm so happy to hear that you want to be a mentor. Mitzi, you are not walking in front of this live.
She said, but I want to be on camera.
I know she's already on camera enough. Okay, on a side note, I am so happy to hear that you want to be a mentor too. That really warms my heart because I've been doing this with WIN for in the mentor capacity for I think about 2 years now, or a little over 2 years, something along those lines. And
Mhm.
the fact that you want to do it too, you're going to be great at it because
Thank
you learn
you.
so much. I saw your skill set, and you definitely can help others who are definitely just starting their journey. And actually, that was another thing because while I run the WINTERNship program for Women into Networking WIN, I started my own internship program with
Mhm.
interns for my company, Sarah Social Strategies. And I had Emily come on and speak to them, and they asked her a whole bunch of questions about how she had built her digital portfolio. And I think it really helped them because it kind of gave them an inkling, because this coming week, we're actually going to go over different options to build your portfolio. So meeting with Emily kind of got their wheels turning for when we're going to fully dive into it next week. So you really helped them. I think they enjoyed it. And I think even a couple of them connected with her on LinkedIn. Actually,
Mhm.
that's another thing I should drop. Not only, actually, do you have your LinkedIn connected in the blog?
I believe so.
Yes, you do. I just took a peek. So I did drop link for Emily's first win blog in the comment section. And she does have in her final paragraph her Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. So if anyone does want to connect with her, you have all those different avenues to reach out to her. But what's the quickest way if somebody did want to reach out to you to get a hold of you? Which platform?
Probably Instagram or LinkedIn. Those are probably the most trusty for me to see them.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Um, and you know what else I want to mention too? Because you were one of the few interns that had said this to me during the internship program. I always ask everybody what platforms are they experienced with already before coming in and starting the program. And usually the answer is Instagram and TikTok. But I remember you said you had some experience with Facebook.
Mhm.
And I still remember that because I think out of all the interns, you're the only one who has said that.
Really?
So, yeah, well, that was another reason I was like, I think I can hire her then because that is my master
Yeah.
platform. So the fact that you had some understanding of it prior to, I was like, okay, this can work.
I'm glad. Uh,
But do you want to give any closing thoughts to the community, or maybe if we have the new interns coming in, they decide to watch this, any piece of advice you want to give or anything like that?
yeah. Um, well, for like, I guess just anybody, I would say just always learn as much as you can. Always, I mean, even if it means overloading yourself just a little bit, not too much, but just always go the extra mile as much as you can because I know that like even those weeks where I kind of wanted to take a day off just because I was tired, I like pushed through and did it, and now I'm so proud of myself for doing that. And so I would just say to always go the extra mile and really try to soak up as much as you can in any learning opportunity, because it might just show you what you want to do with your future. And so I'm just really thankful for everyone in the WIN community because it gave me so many new opportunities and so much knowledge. And so I'm just appreciative to everyone I've met and everyone that I've like connected with or reached. So yeah,
Thanks, Emily.
thank
Um,
you.
So not only check out her blog, but if you check out Women into Networking Wing, you'll see all of the interns carousel posts, their reels, and what else do we have? They did some story highlights for us, so you can still see some of the work that they've done, even though they actually just ended, I think, like a week and a half ago. So everything is still pretty high up on the social media list there. You can take a peek at. But all right. So thanks for watching, Win Community, and everybody enjoy their weekend. Thank goodness it's Friday.
Yes.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.